DICE just announced that they're in pre-production for new content planned for after Season 4 of Battlefield 2042. This is huge news, possibly some of the biggest since the game was launched, and honestly, it's what I've wanted most from the game. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people say that DICE is going to drop support for 2042 after Season 4, and honestly, I was half expecting them to. Maybe even a bit more than half expecting them to. So to hear that they're already working on new content for after Season 4 is massive, and it gives me a lot of hope for the future of this game. Now, as much as I wish it wasn't the case with Battlefield titles, they seem to hit their second win well over a year after launch. But this does give me renewed hope that 2042 could have a strong second wind, especially since the Specialist rework is coming in Season 3, which will hopefully lay the foundation for the classic team play exchange. Let's actually talk about what was said in the development update video and blog post released this morning. Now, to clarify, DICE didn't say a new season of content, just new content. So we might not be getting the same sort of seasonal live service stuff offered in year 1, though I think it would be awesome if they just fully committed to Season 2. They did, however, announce a substantial amount of new content for Season 3. At the start of the season, we're getting 2 new weapons, the XMA LMG from Bad Company 2 and the A91 assault rifle from BF3. DICE mentioned these vault weapons will be added alongside the new hardware developed for Season 3, so expect actual new weapons and gadgets as well. Unfortunately, they didn't give us any info about the vault weapons being more well balanced with the rest of 2042 weapons. In general, they're pretty weak compared to the game's regular guns right now. Hopefully, they're planning on some changes. The map reworks coming in this season are even more substantial than what DICE have done previously. Manifest will launch with the 3.1 update, so the first half of the season. The objective flags and team HQs have been moved closer together to improve the immediate flow of combat. Cover has been overhauled and added throughout the map. Points of interest like the hilltop objective have been given reworks for both more war-torn looks and cohesive layout. Several cranes have been removed from the harbor area, which is good news for folks tired of getting sniped from these positions. And finally, the lighting for the map has also been tweaked with a more natural appearance with less haze obstructing long sight lines. It's also getting a new breakthrough layout, which is pretty exciting. It actually looks like a pretty darn good rework, but the breakaway one is taking things to the next level. The breakaway overhaul is coming with the update 3.2 in the later half of the season, and is by far the biggest update to a map DICE have done in 2042 as far as I can tell. The entire oil rig structure has been moved much closer to the rest of the map. The glacier has also been radically overhauled with tons of pathways through it instead of just a straight line down the center. A point of interest with a downed condor has been added here as well. Looking back at the oil rig, the layout of the objective has also been cleaned up. The terrain around the rig has been updated to provide infantry players more cover, and the building areas of the map have also been massively overhauled with some of the hangars removed, new interior lighting for improved visibility, and a lot more cover for getting between objectives. On top of all of these layout changes, the map's snow and ice shaders have been improved for a much more realistic presentation. Update 3.2 will also introduce the long-awaited Specialist overhaul. DICE are still ironing out the fine details, but they confirmed the overall basics. Specialists will be divided into the 4 standard classes from the past titles: Assault, Engineer, Support, and Recon. Each class will offer a proficiency, a specific gadget, and then they'll be locked into certain gadget types. The proficiencies don't sound too radical. Assault players will get faster time to fire from sprinting with assault rifles. Engineers will have improved reloading with utility weapons. Support players will get extra mags for their LMGs and improved bipod handling. And finally, recons will stabilize their sniper rifle scopes faster and hold their breath for longer. Again, these benefits don't seem to be so over the top that you're going to feel locked into specific weapon types for those classes. You'll just be benefited for using, say, LMGs with the support class. Now, of course, we also are getting the brand new map at the start of the season, which will likely be set in Sweden. DICE included a map of the country and a few other links suggesting the location. Data miner Temporeal also replied to the tweet announcing the development update with the poster from the movie Cube. Sweden has a metro station in Stockholm called Sona Strand, featuring multiple cube statues on the platform and at the exterior entrance. They've described the map as a close-quarter infantry experience, so it seems very likely that this may be DICE's ode to Operation Metro, but maybe set in Sweden. Finally, DICE announced that 2042 will be included with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and for EA Play subscribers at the launch of Season 3. In December, they'll be temporarily making the game free to play from the 1st to the 5th for Xbox and PC, with a second free play running from the 16th to the 23rd for PlayStation. Now, as for the little things spotted in the dev update video, some of the clips feature an updated minimap with the objective markers moved to the top. It also has a new squad leader icon, which might mean that they're finally getting a proper squad management system. The UI in general seemed to be bigger in certain spots. Some of the gameplay clips also look like they were recorded in early June or July based on the performance metrics overlaid on the action. It's tough to say if that's a significant detail or even if it has anything to do with Season 3's development, but it does show that the content we're playing now was at least being play tested in its final form just a few months ago. The new Nordvik radio Easter egg is also active right now. Players can activate these radios at 3 locations on 4 maps in a specific order to unlock a new player banner. The banner confirms the railgun tank spotted in a deleted tweet by DICE. Overall, content-wise, Season 3 is shaping up to be quite exciting. A new tight-knit map, 2 new map reworks are coming, plus the Specialist Overhaul, which will include a myriad of new gadgets, many of which will aid in fighting vehicles, I hope. The Breakaway rework looks absolutely massive as they're literally shifting the locations of major facilities around the map. The Manifest update plus the entirely new Breakthrough layout is really exciting to me, and this basically just leaves Hourglass as the last map needing a rework, and I would expect to hear an official announcement about that sometime during Season 3 with a release date in Season 4. That means that by the time Season 4 rolls out, all the maps should be playing at a much higher level, which will massively bump the overall experience on top of the Specialist rework. Now, personally, I am anticipating a lot of weird meta shifts with the Specialist rework. Vehicle repairing is going to be much more common, possibly making them even stronger. However, we're also getting things like tracking darts and new missile launchers that could go a long way towards helping combat troublesome vehicles such as stealth helicopters. It's hard to say at this point, but if DICE can get the vehicles and infantry balanced down to a point where it plays much better, then I think the game is actually just in general going to start clicking for most Battlefield fans. Recently, while streaming the game, I've had numerous zero-death rounds in helicopters and tanks where I'm just racking up kills, and I don't even consider myself to be overly proficient with those vehicles, so to have flawless rounds is even more alarming, and hopefully will be balanced down the road. Now, if I could make a wish list for post-Season 4 content, I would definitely want some reimagined classic maps back in the game. Wake Island, Strike at Karkin, Metro, of course unless the new Swedish map is actually a Metro rework. Those updated for a 2042 aesthetic could be absolutely awesome. In general, today seems like a very good day for 2042 news. The free-to-play event may even be a great opportunity to respark interest in a much improved overall 2042 experience. Let me know what you guys think about all of this news. Also, if you missed my latest Battlefield 1 video where we take on the hordes of Battlefield 1 noobs, check it out. We kind of go ham on them, and it's always fun jumping back into this game. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Level Cap signing off.